Hey guys, in this video, I'm just going to take a look at a bunch of coins and kind of see what's happened with crypto. Um, and then just like I plan to DCA in myself at some point. But like I'm curious on where a lot of these coins have gone, and I haven't checked the charts in quite some time. But it'd be interesting to just see like where I might DCA in and what coins I now have new perspective on Sushi. I don't think there's a valid use case for. Obviously, it's a swap and everything, but like it doesn't do anything better. So it's like not sure if it's even worth it, and I guess time will tell. But going through my old charts, Moon River blockchain, I believe. Um, yeah, I don't know enough about it. I just know it was hyped by a lot of influencers, and that's why I had taken a look at it in the past. Graph, I believe it's being used. A friend of mine was private round in the earlier rounds of it. Don't know enough to actually invest in it. Cardano has always continued to just not really deliver on the things it needs to deliver on, so who knows? But like, I still think, if we look at like what possible coins will work, I'd say Cardano is definitely something I would look at. Um, I think for sure if it drops to like the 16 cent level, I would 100% buy, right? So if it dropped to like, let's add an alert here. Cardano is one that I would look at to actually buy into. And I know it's very speculative and everything. If we look at dot, I mean, I feel like it. I don't know. The problems I have with dot is that for me to use the um wallet was the most complicated wallet I've ever used ever, and the parachain participating in it took so much work to just participate in that parachain that to me like it's a bad thing. So I'm not sure if I like that. Cosmos, um, obviously Luna part used, but I still think like might be worth it. I'd probably just wait till lower levels, if anything. Like, yeah, it's just gone non-stop drop, but this is very normal with altcoins. I think for sure Atom is something I would like still look at, but it just had to be a lot lower. I'm gonna move the ones that I like to the very top actually. Algorand, I still like. I don't know if it'll actually be used, but I do have quite a lot in it, so I won't buy any more. I lost quite a lot buying this. But yeah, so Algorand's one I like. Ethereum obviously is a really solid one. I personally think that, in a bear market, you're safer to start investing in, like the ones that will be there after this bear market. And, Ethereum and Bitcoin are obviously one of them. We have an increase in volume here. Personally, I will just see, right? Like, I'll have to do further TA on this at some point, but really cool. If you look at this is very interesting. This fib pull was pulled from the low to the high, and you see how well respected it is, right? Like, you can say that, oh, you pull it from here to here. Well, all this data was not known until later on. But if you look, like, we kind of respected these levels. Like, we hit the top of the middle of this fib pull, and we found support on the bottom of it. Like, that's just beautiful right there. Will it continue to be used? I don't know. We have to see in the future, but probably not. There's an older pull, right? But one level of confluence can definitely be this. I just love how beautiful these, indicators are. Ethereum is definitely one that I'm going to be looking at. Matic is also definitely one that I'm going to be looking at. Um, 'Cause it's a blockchain. You have games that are using both Solana and Matic. So it's something that I would definitely take a look at. Same with Avax. Thankfully, I did actually pull out of Avax. I believe here or something like that. And then when I saw it come up here, I definitely sold. Um, but I still hold a little bit, but that little bit is all profits. So not really too worried about that. You can see that this volume candle is actually big and the drops are dying down. So I feel like that's almost a good thing for Avax. Rune was talked about quite a lot. Um, is this Luna? Delete this. What a nasty drop. This is a dead coin. Um, yeah, like Phantom, I never liked the whole DeFi space of Phantom. That was like I got red flags off of this. So it was a turnoff. Um, One Harmony, don't know enough about it. Rune, Maker. You know, I think when we look at crypto gaming as a whole, like I was looking at Splinterlands and it's actually held out decently well. Like the cards itself are still they still hold their value. And even though Splinterlands was a huge free airdrop, it's still interesting to me. Like just seeing how well their cards and value have held up since the bull. Yodin, I believe when I checked the other day, is worth like $300 still. And pre-bull, it was worth like 20 bucks or 15 bucks. So the value, and that's in US dollars, right? So the value is still held up super well. Um, I just, I think that's really cool. And Gods Unchained, like kind of the same thing, even though prices did fall, like the value of some cards are still high up there because people play that game, those two games, because they're actually fun. Solana is definitely one I would look at, but I don't know enough about it. Like when it comes to past history and how people bought in and what at what price they did. I did hear that when Solana launched way back then, it was a open like a open round. Anybody could have gotten in almost, and it was unlimited. The amount that you could put in, and people just didn't believe in it. So I don't know at what price that is, but either way, like I definitely think there's a use case for it. So like when I look at what I will DCA into at some point, it's definitely gonna be Cardano, Solana, not Algorand, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Matic, Avax, Atom, and probably less of Avax because I don't see too much use case. And really like all these blockchains are gonna appear. And I know that there was a ton of blockchains back then that I invested in and got burned actually quite hard. Um, if you look at like Wonks or Cell, yeah. So that's kind of my thoughts on what I would DCA into and just looking at a bunch of charts. I know this isn't a normal video that I do, but just kind of wanted to do that. I think what I'm gonna start doing is, like as IDOs have died down and I think about what to talk about and what I actually still spend time in crypto, I think it'd be funner to just do some interviews with people that I've met, builders themselves, people who have done very well for themselves, and just get insights into what they're doing. But anyway, thanks guys for watching.